At the 2022 AES show, Avid announced that the brand is reviving the legendary MBOX audio interface. The new MBOX Studio is a 21 by 22 USB audio interface with everything you need to create, record, edit, and mix high-quality music and audio. Now, not only does it include Avid's pristine-sounding preamps and class-leading converters, but you also get all the ins and outs you could ever need to connect all the other gear in your studio. Looking at it from top to bottom, we have 4 mic/line inputs and 2 instrument inputs with variable Z impedance for optimizing your tone. We have 4 additional line inputs and 2 impedance switching effects loops for connecting keyboards and effects. Lastly, we have a 2-way simultaneous stereo Bluetooth I/O, so you can stream music from your mobile device through your studio monitors or check your mix on Bluetooth earbuds. And speaking of monitoring, the MBOX Studio offers 2 stereo monitor outputs with onboard switching and 2 headphone outputs with individual cue mixes and integrated talkback. So on the back of the unit, you'll find everything you need to connect other studio devices, including 8 channels of ADAT plus optical and coaxial SPDIF, even MIDI I/O. We have a dedicated high-Z reamplification output with 2 inputs for foot switches or expression pedals. MBOX Studio is a guitar player's dream. Finally, the MBOX Studio comes with a suite of software to streamline your workflow, including Pro Tools Studio, Sibelius Arctic music notation software, plus the MBOX Ignition Pack, which offers a massive collection of plugins, instruments, samples, loops, and sounds to jumpstart your creativity. So today we're showing off what the new MBOX Studio can do by making a track from start to finish right out of the box. We have Ruhala with us today to produce and perform a song in his home studio, while Jake Halkey will engineer the session.
So we started off today recording a scratch acoustic guitar with an SM57 in Ian's living room. And then when it came to mixing, we added Mod 3 delay to just give it some width, and then the Pro Tools stock EQ to carve out some low end and give it some presence. After we recorded acoustic, we moved on to recording drums using the 4 mic pre's on the MBOX Studio for the kick, snare top, snare bottom, and overhead. And then we used an external set of mic pre's, the Maris 440s, put them into the line 5 and 6 for our rack tom and floor tom. In the mix, we were trying to achieve a more dry and direct sound, so we gated the kick and snare, as well as sampled a Oberheim DX snare drum underneath our recorded snare to give it a little more weight. Additionally, we ran all the drum tracks through a drum bus with the white boost distortion pedal on it, as well as a spring reverb to give it some harmonics and atmosphere. Up next, we went straight into the combo jack on the front to record Ian's bass DI, and then used the Black Ops plugin to distort it and the stock Pro Tools compressor to tame the transients. After we recorded bass, we moved on to a rhythm electric guitar. We also recorded that DI'd right into the MBOX Studio and added the white boost pedal that we put on the drums to give it a little bit more amp characteristic and harmonic distortion. After the rhythm was recorded, we moved on to the solo. We went through the JHS color box pedal, which kind of emulates going through a console, and then plugged that direct in as well. In the mix, we added some filtering EQ to cut the lows and highs, basically just get rid of the rumble and high-end fizzly stuff. And then we moved on to a stock tape echo that Avid has to give the solo some trails and let it sit better and gel better with the characteristics of the song. Finally, for vocals, we recorded them in Ian's living room with the SM57. When mixing them, we used the air distortion as well as the dynamic delay, and then used the effects send and returns built into the MBOX to send them to the auto BAM reverb unit, specifically using the plate setting.
You're fighting fire with fire, turning stones in graveyards. You're running with scissors, broken mirrors and glass shards. 7 years of bad luck.
For the mix bus, we used the Pro Tools stock Fairchild 670, and then realized we wanted to add a little bit of high-end and openness to the overall mix, so we used the effects send and returns to send the mix through the Pope Audio Bax 2020 EQs. So without further ado, here's the final track.
All right, everyone, thank you so much for checking out our first listen to the new Avid MBOX Studio. If you have any questions about the MBOX Studio or any other Avid products, feel free to hit up your audio consultant or visit us at vintageking.com. See you next time.